Hello, my dear friends. This is Rabbi Aharon Dobinsky coming to you today from the holy city of Yerushalayim, Jerusalem, Israel. Are you smiling today? That's a rhetorical question because the answer should absolutely positively be yes. If you're not smiling, we have a situation we need to work on. We have a challenge. We are in a period of Hag Sukkot. This is Saman Simchasenu. It says it over and over and over and over and over again in the Siddur. So we shouldn't forget about it. It's a time of joy. It's a time of happiness. Simchasenu. If you're happy, it's normal to smile. If you're not, that's another matter. Now, we're supposed to be smiling. Why now? Why is this Zaman Simchasenu? Well, we just went through Rosh Hashanah, 10 days of penitence or 10 days of return, however you want to look at it, Aseret Yemei Tshuva, and we went through Yom Kippur, with a day of fasting and total subjugation. It was tough. It was very difficult. So now Hashem, like the good father he is, wants his children to be happy again. Not just today, and not just on Sukkot. Sukkot is supposed to get us in the mood for how we're supposed to be the rest of the year. Remember, we've talked about this before. We're supposed to strive to live lives of love, joy, and fulfillment. I said that too fast. Joy was right in the middle there. Love, joy, and fulfillment. Sometimes when we get to the point where we're so penitent, we're working so hard to bring ourselves back to Hashem, we forget that. He doesn't want us to forget that. It's important that we remember that. So this week, this holiday of Sukkot is to get us on the right path to go forward. For example, in another couple of days, we'll have Simchas Torah. Notice the word again, Simchas, joy, Simchat, joy. It comes again and again and again, and it comes that way so we get the point and we don't forget it, and we get the mindset of joy, absolute joy. That is the purpose of this week, to get everything out and to get ourselves back on the right path with Hashem, who is our Father, who loves us, who wants us to be happy and fulfilled and joyful, and he wants to give us a way to do it. So what do? We get a whole week of Sukkot. We're camping out, we're doing barbecues, we're doing all these great things with family, with friends. We are enjoying to the fullest, and we should be. If you drank a little bit, that's good for you. If you ate a lot of good food, good for you. If you had friends over or you went to see friends, excellent. Because all this adds to the joy that we're supposed to have in our lives. A life of joy, a life of love, and a life of fulfillment. Now, if there's a problem getting there, I would like to direct your attention to Shabbat Sukkot's Torah portion. And one of the things that's very important there is it tells us, basically, be careful who your neighbors are. Make sure that you pick the right kind of neighbors. The wrong kind of neighbors will lead you down the wrong path. Maybe, if you're not joyful today, it's because of the neighbors that you have or the people you associate with. We are who we associate with. We become... The Spanish used to have a saying that said, you tell me who your friends are, and I'll tell you who you are. And that's true. We become part of who we hang out with. And we were told, particularly as we were getting ready to go into a new country, a country that we were going to totally take over, we had to be careful of who our friends were, because the people who are worshiping other gods, who are worshiping idols, whatever they were doing that is incorrect, it can rub off on us. We're only human. And Hashem gave us, he gave us the right to choose freely what we want to do. He doesn't want us to be pushed into him. He wants us to choose to be close to him. And that's what most of us do choose. We chose to be close to him. Why do you think we get up early in the morning and go daven? And we go again in the afternoon, we go again in the evening, 3 times a day. 3 times a day. We do this because we want to get our own self close to Hashem. And we can do it by that. But if we have the interference of people who say, come on, it's not that way, you're being too difficult, you're being too hard. And one of my favorites is the Yetzer Hara. Now, every once in a while, maybe more than every once in a while, I get up in the morning, ready to go to shul, and the Yetzer Hara jumps on my back, and he goes, Rabbi Aharon, what are you doing? It's early in the morning. You should be sleeping. Why do you think you have to go so early? It's not that big of a deal. You are almost a tzaddik. What am I talking about, almost? You are a tzaddik. You've been a tzaddik. You don't need to get up this early to go and prove anything to anybody. But friends, I do. Who do I need to prove it to? I need to prove it first to me so that I can prove it to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Because if I don't believe it, he doesn't believe it. I can't fool myself, and I certainly can't fool him. So it's a time of joy, love, joy, and fulfillment. Watch who are around. Watch who are the people who are around us. Watch what we're doing in our lives. Be careful about the things that are traps that don't necessarily seem like we're going in the wrong direction. For example, we've talked about this before. When worshiping other gods, I'm not necessarily talking about a statue that you put in front of you and stick in your living room. It could be many things. If you are so in love with gold and money and all physical things, sometimes we work hard to do that and our energies go towards that as opposed to where they should go. We have to remember something. It's very important. We always think of ourselves, we say, my body has a soul. Well, that is semi-true. Let me tell you how it really is. Your soul has a body. How do I know this? I know this because you wouldn't say to me, my coat has a person. My personal self, has a coat. Not my coat has me. Why do you say that? Because at some point in the future, your coat's going to get raggedy or torn or dirty or whatever, and you're going to get rid of it and get another coat. Same thing with the soul. It goes on forever and ever and ever. Its purpose is to take us from where we are to where we need to be. And it's a constant battle between our body and our soul. Our body, that's the Yetzer Hara. It wants to party, which is nothing wrong with that, as long as, again, it's kept into the right confinement. It wants to do all the things that we're not supposed to do. But our soul is telling us, no. Listen to me. Don't listen to your body. The soul is our navigation, the thing that keeps us going on the right path. So we need to be able to listen to our soul more than we listen to our body. Because remember, at some point in the future, this body goes. The soul will continue on. I'm always amused by people who tell me, I'm a very old soul. You're a very old soul? That means you've lived many lifetimes, right? Yes, I have. That means you're a slow learner, right? I'm a what? A slow learner. You see, when you come back into another lifetime, it's for the main purpose of doing something, accomplishing some point probably, but always to correct what you haven't corrected yet. If you go after lifetime after lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, and you haven't corrected whatever it is supposed to correct, you're not learning the lesson. The lesson is, what is it that I need to correct to make me the person I'm supposed to be? So when we get to that point, we get to the point where we can begin to do a transformation on ourselves. We can have a personal redemption. The personal redemption is so important because there's 7.5 million of us, 7.5 billion of us here. And we all need to try and do our personal redemption because it all brings us to the right place to be with Hashem. And that place is a place of taking care of the mistakes we've made, making corrections for them, and moving forward. And if we do that personal redemption, then it will lead to the final redemption, the coming of Mashiach Tzidkenu and the third Beit HaMikdash. B'meira v'yameinu. There's still time left. Make sure you use your time wisely. The time now is to get your mindset into a life of joy, a life of love, a life of fulfillment. If your mindset is there and your soul is there, it can drag your body there. But it needs to be your choice. You have free will. And that free will is going to try to get you to go the wrong way. You need to make it go the right way, so that you can have a life of joy. Who doesn't want a life of joy? Who wants to be miserable in their life? Nobody. So let's take the life of joy that we're being shown this week we can have, and let's make it go forward and again and again and again and again, so that every day is a life of joy, a life of love and fulfillment. My friends, Have a great week ahead. Enjoy the rest of Sukkot, and take the lessons of Sukkot, the lessons of joy, with you into the future. God bless. All the best.